Hi, and thanks so much for joining me for my February favorites. If you're new here, welcome. I talk about luxury beauty, lifestyle, and also luxury clothing recently. So if you're interested in those things, make sure you subscribe. And if you're returning, thank you so much for all of your support. Jumping right into the beauty favorites, I'll talk a little bit about fashion towards the end. As you know, I love this Chanel Le Base Illuminatrice. It's a beautiful base for foundation if you want a little bit of a glow without anything sparkly. It just blurs and perfects the canvas before you go in with foundation. It also helps extend the life of foundation. So I've been loving this. And this is not an exclusive item that works only with Chanel foundations. It works with other foundations as well. So it's quite universal. Moving on to foundation, if you saw the side-by-side, Buy This Not That, I talked about the Chanel foundation. So my pick for this month is the SUBLIMAGE Le Temps. This is the one in the jar. Yes, it's a little bit messier, but it provides more coverage, more satiny finish on the skin versus the other one I talked about, SUBLIMAGE L'Essence de Temps, which is more of a serum foundation. So I think better for drier skin, but I have combo skin. So more oily in the center, drier on the exterior. It had a longer life as well. If you'd like to check that video out, I'll link it below. But I did a wear test with this about 6 hours. So you could see the difference between the two. And this one definitely did a much better job. And it comes in BD41. That's a much brighter shade for me because it has more warmth to it versus B40, which has more coolness to it. So this just livens up the skin a little bit more. So I do love this one. And I think maybe this might be one people are interested in seeing a comparison against. Maybe the SUBLIMAGE L'Essence de Temps might be one, unless I've already done that. I'll have to check back. But I was thinking about this #1 to Chanel as well, because this is dewier than this, but this also comes in BD41. So those interested in more dewy kind of finish, this versus the L'Essence de Temps might be interesting. Again, if I haven't already done it, I'll have to check back. I've done so many videos, I can't remember. Then we've got the SUBLIMAGE eye corrector on as well. I love this, I still love it. I'm just so impressed with how it looks immediately on, and then over time, a little goes a long way because it has that reflective quality to it. Again, not sparkly, but it just refracts the light, so it requires less product. So instead of covering up with a heavy layer, it's able to refract that light and diffuse it, and it just looks nice and blurred without adding too much product. Of course, I still go in with La Prairie for this targeted area here, as well as, I think I mentioned it in the Get Ready With Me, but I do bring it into that inner corner to brighten it up as well. And I think I don't talk about that as much. And that was in shade 4. And then Clé de Peau for my dark spots. Now I built up the foundation this time, so I didn't need as much concealer, but Clé de Peau in Mocha is what I have here. Just a really, really light layer of it today. Still a favorite concealer, even though I'm trying out other concealers, that is still the one that meets my needs because I need a little bit more coverage and I need it to stay in place all day long in an area that gets more oily. Even with the primer, anything I can do to keep this from falling apart. And that concealer does a really nice job of staying in place. Nothing new with powders here. I set with the Chantecaille Perfect Blur Powder in light medium. And then I went in with the, actually I did this as a last step, almost as a highlighting powder on top of blush. So I'll show you the order I put that on in the Get Ready With Me, but it's the Perfect Blur Glow Lotus. And one of you let me know that it was on sale, and I meant to post about it because it was on sale on the Chantecaille site, but I forgot. But thank you for telling me. I always appreciate you letting me know. So thank you so much if you are direct messaging me on Instagram to let me know about these promos, because it is my intent to let everybody know about them, but sometimes it escapes me. But yeah, I didn't pick one up myself because I have, I think, 2 or 3 already of them. But if you haven't picked that up, it is limited edition. So make sure to pick that up if you're interested. It just provides the nicest glow to the cheeks. And I have it, like I said, on top of this pores area, this area with pores. And it doesn't emphasize pores, which is what I am so impressed with about that powder. So if you were interested, make sure to pick it up. As for bronzer, I was reminded about this because I used it in a Get Ready With Me in one of the videos, and it's Sirena by Chantecaille, and I have that on now. It's a lovely warm bronzer. This is a really lovely one. As you know, not much changes around here. My favorites are my favorites until I meet something that exceeds the performance of the current favorite. So that's why you see a lot of things repeat, and that's how you know they're really that good. So yeah, even though I have the opportunity to either purchase or receive products, I test out a lot of makeup. I do still stick to the things that I love, including this eyebrow duo by Chanel, but I only use the powder side here. I love that it's a cool tone. It goes really well with my brows, nothing too warm because that'll really stick out if it's too red or too purple. It'll stick out as kind of looking off, but if it has more of a gray tone or even a green tone, it works much better on my skin. Yeah, that works much better for me. So going in with this powder first and then the DIOR Show Onset Brow in 032 as my gel. Now I want to just update you on something I picked up because I feel like you see things and then I don't talk about them again because I don't love them. But I have been using the Grande Brow 2-in-1 and I love the Grande Brow Serum for the brows. That's why my brows have grown back so nicely because I've been using that. But this one is a gel that I think has a serum in there. Yeah, it's got a brow enhancing serum in it. The hold is much lighter on this than the Dior, so that's why I don't feature this one as much. If I want a really light hold, I'll use this. Actually, I'll use this more during the day when I'm not filming because my brows don't have to be as perfected, but I like that there's a serum in there. So if you want that just gentle hold, the color match is pretty good. This is in dark. Yeah, in case you saw this a while back when I hauled it, I just want to let you know I have been using it, but it doesn't have the same hold as something like this. I almost forgot, I put these in here on purpose so I would remember. These Chantecaille Gold Recovery Intense Concentrate, little, I think they come in sets of 4. There's an AM version and a PM version. I've kind of been backing off skincare a little bit, but then I went in with these and I saw such a big difference in the softness of my skin. It just feels really supple. So I went in with the AM and the PM, and I know that this is higher on the price point in terms of skincare, even for Chantecaille, but I don't have any treatments done. I don't go to any med spas or anything. I don't even have facials done on my face. I can't remember the last time I did a facial. I had a professional do a facial on me or even microdermabrasion. That was years and years ago. So I don't pay for those kinds of things. So I will spend money on things that I can do at home. So these have been really impressive, especially because I have backed off some of my skincare just to kind of let my skin rest. And the difference when I used these was really noticeable. So I just wanted to mention them if you were wondering what these were all about. I just wanted to share how happy I was using these. I haven't used them for a while and it was nice to revisit them and remember how much I love them. Oh yes, I still love the eye primer that I have on now by Chantecaille. It's in medium, so I put that down first. And then I went in with this palette. It's a lovely one. The Wild Meadows Eye Quartet by Chantecaille is what I have on now. I did it a little bit differently than in the Get Ready With Me, I think the first time, because I had all of the shades on there. But today I used this in the crease, and then I put this on the lid, and then this is what's underneath here. And I really like that because it's just like the slightest amount of color, gives a little bit of definition, but it's not heavy looking. So I love this palette. I know that there were some other reviews that talked about how cool this pink is, and that's what I love about this. So if you're looking for like the cotton candy pink that looks like it is here, that's not the shade that it is. It's a much cooler shade. It's got a blue shift to it, so it comes across as more lavender, which is why I think this really works well on me, because anything with a more purpley tone typically works well. And that keeps it from looking like I have allergies, because pink palettes and anything with red can tend to make it look like I have been outside and have some allergic reaction. But this one doesn't look like that. It just is a really fresh look on me. But just know that it has this cooler shift to it that makes it come across as more of a lavender shade, and more this shade right here. But I love it. I think it's so pretty, and I've been so happy using this, and it just, I think I said in the video, it just brings me joy to use this collection. And I think I'm not the only one, because some of you let me know how happy you are just to pull this out, to see the beautiful images on here. And then the overall look is just, again, such a fresh, happy look. I love this. It's perfect for spring. And then for the blushes, there were 2 blushes in this collection. So we had this one, Apple Blossom, and then this one, which is Anemone. And Anemone has a different level of glow to it. So it's got more distinct particles in it, at least mine did, versus this one. This one was a little bit more even in terms of its glow. So I also like this shade. I know it's a little bit pink on me, But I like that, and I went in with another blush that I love, and this is the Valentino number 9. So that's what I have layered on. I have that pink blush, and then I have this one layered on top. This is such a great universal kind of blush for me. If I need to make any adjustments, or if I need to perfect, or if I need to blur the edges of a blush, or just give a little bit of life to my face, this is the blush I'm pulling for. I've mentioned this so many times, and I think it has maybe been one of the products that I've made the most mentions of in favorite videos. I feel like I have, and I use this a lot. It is one I would definitely repurchase if I ran out, because I think I'll hit pan on this, which is a rare occurrence with makeup, but I use this all the time. Oh, I forgot to mention my nail polish. I don't know where the lid went. I only have a few Chanel nail shades. Did I say lip? Nail polish. I hope I didn't say lip polish. Nail polish. So nail color. I love this one. This is the 969. This is the one that came out with the spring collection. Oh yeah, the other collection, the LeBlanc, should be launching in a couple of weeks. So I'll be picking that up. I know there have been so many reviews on it already, but I'll be picking up anyway. But this is from the one with all the red palettes that people were, including me, confused about. But I do want to use that one more as a blush than anything else, and maybe it'll change my mind, but I haven't had a chance to get back to it yet, but I will. I have a lot of new makeup that I purchased that's coming in that I'll be trying out, so I'm going to use that palette with it. But this, I love this nail polish. I have it on now. It's such a great shade, especially if you are my coloring. It has a more of a salmony kind of hue to it, which is why I think it works really well. As for lip products, I love the Carpathia by Chantecaille so much that I put it in a bag to take with me and used it, and now I don't know where it is. So that's typically what happens to favorite lip products, is they get put in a bag because I want to take them with me, and then I somehow misplace them because I'm changing out bags. So if you haven't seen the video, I will list it below. You can see what it looks like on. It's the Oh, actually, let me put a picture of the Instagram that I had. Did I post to Instagram? Yeah, I did. Of me wearing the lip color, so you can at least see it. But if I can find it, I'll swatch it here for you, but I do not know where it went. I swatched it in the unboxing video, but I'm also wearing it in the image. Because I couldn't find that one, I went in with a go-to lip color that I use all the time when I'm never sure of, like, I don't know what to put with this, because it's a Your Lips But Better shade for me, and it's a really effortless kind of product to use. It doesn't have to be so precise, and it tends to work all the time. So this is the Chanel number 1, the one in the little pot here, and it's in Lively Rosewood, so you can see what it looks like here. It's got a little bit of a berry tone to it, which always works well for me, because even though I am warm toned, my lip color is actually cool toned. So it's kind of an interesting balance I have to take when it comes to lip shades versus my skin tone, because you'd think warm tones would work on my lips as a lip shade, because the natural color of my lips is cool, so I tend to go cooler on the lips. And then we've got this product, which I found in a bag because this is another easy product to reapply. It's a Squeaky Clean Lip Balm by Westman Atelier. I had recently, I think, went through my empties, and there was one in there that reminded me to pick one up. So I picked this up at Violet Grey. And oh, that reminds me, I forgot to mention this Victoria Beckham. I love this shade. It's the one in Side Surf. This is the one in Surfside, and I love the green tone in this blue eyeliner, and I have the eyeshadow sticks coming, so if that's not, I don't think that's going to go up yet. Yeah, I think this will come first. So I will be trying out the eyeshadow sticks. Let me know if you ordered any of them, what you think. I also have other eyeshadow sticks I recently picked up just to compare. I've had them before, but they were so old. I need to just repurchase. So I repurchased some other eyeshadow sticks so we can do some comparisons. But love this one by Victoria Beckham, and it's just such a beautiful shade. And we will be doing a side-by-side, maybe with, yeah, I'll have to look through the Chanel products and find a color at least that's close to that. I don't know if they make one right now of their waterproof eyeliners, because I know a lot of you are looking for a waterproof eyeliner. Even if you love a shade, you want it to be waterproof. So I'll do a side-by-side as well as a wear test. Oh yeah, mascara, Faux Longest Lash, or I also love this one. It's kind of like half and half depending on how long I'm wearing mascara, because I love the Tower 28. Oh gosh, there's some mascara there. The Tower 28, I love that, but it doesn't have the peptides in it that this does. So if I'm going to wear mascara for a longer amount of time, I will go with the Chantecaille Faux Long Slash to get the benefits of the peptides. If not, if it's going to be a short term wear like evening, I will put on the Tower 28. Beautiful results with this as well, and I think that this is a better brush on here because it grabs the lashes really, really well. So if you haven't tried it, I know so many of you love this, but if you haven't tried it, I would give it a try. As for brushes, there are so many brushes that I love that I use on repeat every day. So the Shiseido brush, I have 3 of these. Yes, it's kind of time consuming to clean it because the foundation can get stuck in there, but that's if you wait a long time before you wash it. Like I've done that before and then it's just harder to clean. But I use the Beauty Blender soap and a cleaning mat that has texture on it so it can really get in there. And then I will dry it like this to drip dry and let all the water, the excess water come out, and then I'll dry it like this. And it can take a day or 2 depending on your climate. Like I live in an arid climate, so it takes about a day to dry, which is why it's nice to have a second one or even a third one like this. I have 3. It's nice to have a couple or 3 if you really love the brush, just so you have one as a backup while your other one's drying. And then another brush I love is the 71 by Sephora. It's a concealer brush for the under eye area. I love that it applies and also can blend that really easily, and it's quite effortless with this brush. I really like how it's that specialized, and I use it with the Chanel eye concealer. You'll see that in motion. And then of course the Buff and Blur brush, I had questions about why I stamp versus like swirl the powder on, and has to do with the fact that I have concealer on underneath that I don't want it to move around, and that's the best way I've been able to figure out how to do that. It does deposit it also really close to the skin, which I like, which appears smoother, at least in the case of how I apply my makeup. But then I also will buff it out towards the edge, and you'll see that in the Get Ready With Me. But I have 2 of these. I could probably use another one. I think when there's another sale, I'll pick this up. I have a couple of fashion favorites I'd love to share and also give you some alternatives in case the price point is just too high for you. I found some similar items. So these Todd's shoes that I picked up, I mentioned that they were not as soft as the Gucci loafers that I picked up. And I'm holding them like this because I've worn them, trying to keep them away from my face. But the Gucci loafers, if you've had those, they come out of the box as soft as gloves. They are really soft, but they don't have structure to them either. They're more like feel like a slipper, really great for travel, but they're very flat also on the bottom, so not much support. But those are the softest loafers I've ever tried, so I love those, but I was looking for a replacement for them, something with a little bit more structure, and then this has that heel. So this is the front and this is heel. This is last year's version though. The current year is a little bit more bulky. You can see the stitching on it is much more pronounced, and there's more leather sticking up, and it just is a different design on the front as well. Some people might like it, but I like this. It's a little bit more tailored looking, and I found some, not dupes, but some similar shoes. There's a pair, gosh, now I can't remember. It's either Matches or Farfetch, and these are cute. They have a little bee on them, a gold bee, which looks similar to this shoe, but I think they're just slightly higher. I haven't seen those in person, but the price point is lower. And I'll see what else I can find for you. And I know there are questions about other shades, either like black or brown. So I'll leave some alternatives below for you in case you're interested. But I'm so glad I picked these up because I have been adding to my capsule wardrobe. I have that Joseph suit I ordered. I think that's coming up soon for you. And I also found a pair of shorts that goes with it. So it's like a 3-piece suit. I'm so excited. I think these will look really cute with shorts as well and a blazer. I think they just elevate things really easily, whether it's denim or a suit or a dress. I know the price point is higher on these, but I don't buy very many shoes in a year. I think I might buy, well, baby, don't quote me on this, but I feel like I only buy 2 or 3 pairs of shoes in a year, and I'll spend more on those pairs versus lots of pairs of shoes I won't really wear. And then I do my best to really take care of them so I can use them not just this year, but next year and beyond. So really happy with this purchase. And then my other fashion favorite are these Kate denim. These are the Danielle denims, and these are the ones that are so elongating. You can tell the cape because it's got this enameled button on the front, and there's no logoing otherwise on it. It's quite plain, and the fit on these are amazing. So these really just pull in all the right places. There's no like weird things in terms of the fit, because sometimes with denim it's not flattering. These are very flattering. The only thing is that because they're so flattering and there's so much structure to them, because there's a lot of cotton in here versus anything that allows for a stretch. I think there's just a slight amount. Let me just check. 2% polyurethane, 98% cotton. So there's very little give here. And so if you're wearing these for, I've worn them for like 10 hours, 8 hours. They can get a little bit uncomfortable, especially after you've eaten. But if you're gonna wear these for like, I don't know, like 4 hours, I think you might be in really good shape. I think over time too, they'll break in a little bit more, but these are a really great pair of denim if you have a higher waist like me and you need it to, like the waist to go all the way up to your actual waist. I think these are considered high rise, but they work really well on me as like a regular pair of denim. And they're really long too, in case you have long legs, then you don't have to worry about it. And then of course, if you do need them tailored because of your height, you can definitely do that. And that's it for my favorites. I feel like I've been talking a long time, so this might be a really long video. So thank you so much. If you made it all the way to the end, as always, I'd love to know what your favorites are. They definitely influence my next purchases. Please let us know what those are in the comments section below. But that is it for today's video. So please take care of each other, stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.